Hey guys, I'm having kind of a rough time. I wanted to try to touch on something that I've been avoiding on this channel. I have a YouTube channel and I post this elsewhere, so if you're confused about why I say channel, that's why. Um, I mostly focus on mental health and spirituality and music. Um, but one of the things that I've been experiencing regularly now for the past 5 years is something that I don't even really know how to process on my own, let alone describe to someone else that's not experiencing it, but I'm going to do my best to try. It started out as what I call episodes where I started having this experience. Feels like riding a roller coaster. I would just get really nauseous and dizzy. Um, I would get this feeling, this sensation of almost like a spirit stepping into my body, and I would get this icy chill all up and down my back, but it was like the creepiest feeling on the planet. I've never felt more lonely, more afraid, like a ghost step. I mean, what could be scarier than that? I'm not saying that that's what's happening. That's just how it feels. And then I would have this vision of what seemed like a me, but in an alternate reality, or maybe a future memory or something. None of these concepts were particularly on my radar before this started happening, so I don't have a file for it. Sorry. My cat's trying to get up here, and I just don't want the distraction. Go on, buddy. So that's what started it. I had my first episode when I was living in Boise at my apartment. I'll never forget it. I was staring at this Jimi Hendrix painting that I did, looking at it again right now, and thinking like, what the fuck is happening to me? I mean, after a couple months of this happening, I was wondering if maybe there was some neurological thing wrong with me. My friend thought I might be having seizures. I went to a neurologist. I got an MRI to make sure I didn't have like a brain tumor. I got tested for seizure activity. Nothing came back inconclusive or basically negative. And since then, they've morphed into something just a lot more overwhelming. And they haven't been consistent either. They've morphed into all kinds of different things. I had a week during the pandemic, early months of the pandemic, where I had an entire week where I felt like I was on LSD. And for those who don't know what that feeling is like, I mean, my face, I was like melting into the ground. My skin felt like rubber, like just totally disconnected from my own body, and yet completely in it at the same time. I don't even remember, it was so long ago, and it was such a bizarre experience. I recorded myself describing it every single day, for up to a half an hour at a time. So I have a lot of I documented it quite a bit, but that's one thing. Trying to describe it now when I'm not having that experience is a very different thing. So yeah, sorry, somebody's in front of my house now. So many distractions. That was crazy. I managed to hang on for that ride, and just, I'm a pretty spiritual person, so I have a file for the unusual. That was unprecedented, and I kept wondering if I would ever wake up feeling normal, and I finally did on day 8. But anyway, it's gotten commonplace for me to just be having visions and having these kind of what I would call like blips of seeing into like another dimension, and I don't know how to describe the difference between the visions and that. I just know the feeling. It's the feeling that is different. And when I say visions, it's not just an image. It's like all the emotions and memories from whatever I'm seeing. It's like a dream. It's so slippery. I can't. It's like 1 second it's so vivid. It's so detailed. I can see it and feel it all at once, but a split second later, it's slipping away like a dream. When you wake up from a dream and you think you're going to remember that dream forever, and 5 minutes later, it's gone. You know, you might remember like the tiniest little sliver, but even then, can you describe it to a friend? You know, you're like, yeah, some lion. Sorry, buddy. It's my cat. Anyway, good lord, he didn't come in here at all until I started recording this video. So I'm just trying to get through this because I'm having kind of a rough time of it today. They're just hitting me a little bit harder than usual, and I just needed to get this off my chest. I've been kind of keeping this to myself and sharing it with a few friends that are close to me, but even then I don't really talk about it nearly as often as it happens. It's gotten to the point where I have some form of vision or interdimensional experience upwards of 30 times a day, every day. And for a while I was using marijuana as a way to kind of help with my symptoms, and I have chronic pain too, so I have other things I'm dealing with, and anxiety and depression. I mean, we're in the pandemic times, it's just rough out there for a lot of us. But lately I haven't even been smoking pot at all. I know that it wasn't the reason I was having these experiences, but this past week of pretty much no cannabis at all has shown me unequivocally that it is not at all the marijuana that's making me have these experiences. There he is. So I don't even know what I want to express other than I just don't want to be here alone anymore. I was a little afraid of sharing this on my channel because I don't want to be labeled as crazy, but it's like scientifically, it is scientifically proven that other dimensions exist, and it's somewhat common knowledge, and yet nobody's really, let me rephrase that. People are talking about it, but it's just kind of like a niche group of people, and it's not a common topic, even though it is scientifically proven. So I guess I was looking for other people kind of experiencing something like this. I was having trouble finding anything other than people theorizing about it or explaining someone else's story. And I thought, well, if I can't find anybody who's experiencing what I'm experiencing, then I should at least be sharing my experience so that, I don't know, other people can maybe find me. And if you are having any experiences like this, any of it, visions, the freak acid trip, it's a joke, it wasn't an acid trip, but the thing is, like, drugs open these doors in your mind. Actually, the band The Doors, that's the whole concept of our name, is opening the doors in your mind. Drugs just open those doors for us, but it appears that somehow I'm able to open those doors without drugs. And I just don't know why. I kind of feel like I'm being activated. I honestly don't really want this because it makes me feel alienated. It's hard to express what I'm going through. It's hard to share, even with my partner. I feel like I'm alone, you know? And it's not fun. I would prefer not to be experiencing this, even if it does make me special, or even if there's some purpose behind it. It's scary and lonely, and yeah, I guess I just wanted to come out of the closet and share some of this, even if it makes me look crazy. Knowing I'm not, and hoping beyond hope that someone out there will understand at least a modicum of what I'm saying and have some relating experience, whether it's them or someone they know. I would be extremely grateful. So I'm going to wrap it up because it's getting a bit long, but obviously this is a really long rabbit hole that we could jump down, and I think that I'm going to dedicate to myself to post more about this, even though I'm kind of scared to share this with the masses. I think it's important, so I guess you can look forward to more of this as I feel emboldened, but until then, sorry for all the chaos during the video, and thanks for holding space. I'll see you next time.